Right. I think what I have to do, update my title or description. I have an audience of 5,000 Twitter followers and I'm in the process of launching a liquidity providing analytics app. Timeline research and reading. There we go. Should be a more accurate summary. Can close that. And I should be able to put the face cam on. There we go. Right. Right, here we go. This is what we're working with. What do I need to do? Daily summary in an analysis tab. Record demo video. And what do I need to do? Copy trading feature in the work. What else? Payment. Maybe payment processing is needed. Potentially. And a referral scheme. And yeah, potentially one of the last things is, definitely won't go onto it today, but would be obviously the find wallets, the wallet analysis area. Honestly, don't know why I even got this wallet saved. Definitely need to have a system or to find some new ones. Okay, what are we looking at? Gotta get to, oh yeah, and get a domain. Probably shouldn't show them. Actually, I'll do that right now. Do I even have a domain which currently works? Potentially. Okay, so I think what I need to do, I think I definitely need to make the new tab for analysis and then have a daily cron job which runs to give a analysis of each wallet. I think I need to add to the description as well, or make a video on actually what I'm building so it's clear. Yeah, I'll do that now, I think. And I'm live. Expand on it. So they can see what I'm building. some people might not be totally familiar with what exactly Meteora is or LP providing is. So maybe because it's kind of on a different channel, it's on kind of a channel I'm coding on, just make it clear, even even more basic what I'm building, and then explain this. Yeah, don't know if that helps. Description. Just updating the description because it's not the clearest, honest. Right, there we go. Should be a bit clearer now. That's better. Okay, we can close that out and actually get to building some features. So I believe everything I want to do can be done partly in parallel. Definitely get started on something. That was to do with sign in, which I think is fixed. I believe this has fixed the issue we were having, but I'm not totally sure, as I did see it working. I'm just going to test it one more time actually to test the logout flow. If I sign out, I need to change wallet. Can sign out with a crypto wallet. I think I can just connect it. Sign in, sign up. Soulflare, connect, verification code, approve, we're in, and it has auto linked. And if I refresh the page, still linked, and that should be in the database. Table editor. Oh, I'm signed into the wrong account. Oh, I need to reconnect my other Superbase account. User profiles. Oh, what's under user profiles? Definitely in that. I can. It's better work. And someone who's actively entering positions. Live, create list, add wallet. Oh, I shouldn't have pressed that. It's not going to refresh anything. It's hidden profile side. Another wallet to that list. Is I not? Okay. Kidding me? They both have hidden metrics. I think it's all working though. I just fixed wallet login. Need a more catchy title. What is wrong with it? There. But 8 minutes ago, it was a while. Wait a minute. That one works. That should be the limit of how many wallets can be added. Since I put a limit of 3. What is the limit on the different plans for number of wallets you can add? As I can't remember. I know I am on unlimited, and we made like kind of 2 tiers. We made like a pro, and it might have been 20, and we had a rate limit, and we also had the free tier. I'm not sure if we were enforcing them or we upped them a bit just temporarily. I just want you to check. So, you know, if I try adding more wallets on the bottom plan, it shouldn't allow me, correct? Oh, fuck. I need to re-authenticate Superbase. Crap. Re-authenticate, isn't it? Right. Yeah, what would be the process to create this? Because I'm going to add the payment processing, and we already have the plans, but I'm going to add payment processing, and people can obviously move between the tiers themselves later on. But yeah, we do need this enforcement, and just so you know, when people sign up, they are obviously on the bottom tier. It's currently called free, but I might have to think of another name for it, because I believe I might go all paid plans, just because it literally costs me money to run this whole project and do everything with it. Then yeah, we want these limits, and it should be easy to change them if I wanted. So I could change from 3 to 5 if it's not too much effort. Do you think we need to create a detailed plan for this, or is it fairly straightforward to enable this as we already have some of the code? Okay, good. Have you done end-to-end testing on this feature? Are you sure as a systems engineer that this will happen when I try on my free plan? A long file. That's fixed. It's fixed. To get a domain. That was a command. kidding me? We should. Using the security review then, I don't know if we have any more potential issues like this, which could potentially be a problem. I know this could be an expensive task. So I guess you might need some sub-agents for this. We obviously have a lot of data and a lot of different ways to use it. We do have row level security present. But yeah, we don't want anyone being able to edit or inject anything in the console or the network tab in any way, shape or form. You know, and view any other data which isn't, you know, mostly related to their own profile or their user ID, except, you know, what we have with the search bar and the trending pools. But we obviously don't save that data anyway at the moment. Okay. Looks good. Just a dollar amount should update in a minute. Holy shit. 120, 112k. Probably needed. I believe that dollar amount should update in a minute for this one. Whenever the script runs. Yeah, there we go. Did load the wallet. But the wallet planning usage is not updating. I guess I can still link Telegram as well. We seem to have a slight what am I saying? There's one piece of data on the settings page which is not updated when it should do, and that is on the plan and on the settings, the plan and usage section. It says wallet usage 0 out of 3 wallets, but this is meant to take the value from the amount of wallets which they have. Obviously, so I'm signed in as a wallet which is on the free plan, and the wallet is FPJW is how it starts, but it's basically used as 3 free wallets. You can check using the Superbase MCP, and it should, you know, on the wallet usage say 3 out of 3 wallets used, 3 out of 3 wallets, 100% used. you know, for example, on this plan. Probably given it the endpoint. I would like to add a new feature to this app, and it's something I currently don't have implemented, but all of the data is already there for this to become working. I'd also like to know your opinion, what you think of it. So currently we have a column in position underscore alerts table with a final P&L USD, and it basically is a script I have running that after they close a position, it works out their final P&L on that position, whether it was a profit or a loss. So it could be plus $200, it could, or plus 200, it could be minus 300. And obviously it's tied to that wallet. I was wondering if I could add a feature or a new tab on the side, which, you know, we will develop a lot more in the future, which will be something like analyze. I haven't quite thought the best name. It'd probably go below search pools. You know, it's kind of related to their profile. And what would be on this page is kind of a daily summary, so it's something we'd run once a day, probably a cron job for ingest. And what would happen is for their wallets which are live, they could have a summary of how each wallet did, because obviously if you have a lot of wallets, you can't be like checking all of them all the time to see if they're still profitable and good to be on your lists. So what we would have is, it would have a summary. It would say 5 wallets were profitable, like 5 wallets were green, 5 had a loss, 5 didn't trade, for example. And then you could just expand the box and it would say this wallet had a loss of this much. I guess expand, because, you know, have top level info, then they can expand the boxes to get deeper level of information. And it can see how many, you know, if they need to check certain wallets, because obviously we do delete after 48 hours their closed positions. We might extend this to 7 days later on, so you could have a weekly summary for a wallet as well. But at the end of the day, the moment we'll just keep it 1 day. But we, you know, I'm thinking and planning out how this could work. Maybe use the superpower brainstorm. Should this feature show performance for wallets you're tracking? Well, this feature would only work for live wallets because they're the only ones which will have alerts showing up in the position_alerts table and will have this final P&L USD value. How should this daily summary live in the navigation? New top level row / summary. Yeah, we can call it summary or analyze. That's not too important right now. But you know, we have a side menu, don't we? So we have dashboard, wallets, alerts, search pools. I guess it could go below these. You know, you're the expert. I want to know what you think would work best for this app, and if you even think this is a good idea to begin with. If we're talking about inactive wallets, they're still live wallets, but obviously they're live, but they didn't do any trades or close any trades for that day, so they'd be classed as inactive, yes. I'm not sure how we're going to display it, but I thought we could have the top level summary. It would say, you know, 5 wallets active, or 5 wallets profit, 5 loss, 5 inactive or something. You know, you have to let me know what you think, what could work best for our design, our brand, for how we're displaying the information, because we will use the relevant design skills as well to actually make this. But we definitely just want them mentioned, and you should be able to see them, because again, you might want to remove these. They might be dead wallets. That's a good idea. And later on, we might even have it so that we're actually, for these inactive wallets, we look on the blockchain and we see if they actually transferred their Solana out their wallet, because they might have rotated wallet, but we're not going to worry about that right now. It's not too common. God. Yeah, should work well. Should we store daily summaries in a new database table, or compute them on demand from position? Yeah, we'll do that. See how it works before we decide. It'll be today only, and I think easiest would be just one time, because we run the script once, you know, maybe midnight, and that's how it would work. Or actually your 48 hours works as well. And they can choose their own retention window, I suppose, if you think that could work well. Because again, we might extend the 48 hours to 7 days or remove it altogether. It all depends for database optimization and how quick we can make the app. Well, I don't know why I need to say that. Do that. When expanding a category, what action should be available? Okay. That looks good. Probably should work on this stuff though. Didn't think I had any of those things, to be honest. Yeah, that's pretty much what I envisioned. Yeah, I think that's an easy feature to launch. Okay, what else do we need to work on? Security stuff. I mean, sign-in works. Wallet limits work. Feedback page. Yeah, so a feedback page with like a roadmap page, I suppose. I would like to add a roadmap or a feedback page to this app, which has the stuff I'm planning on implementing in the future, but also gives people the option to leave feedback as well, while they can just enter a little bit of information, and it will send an email to me, or I can just save the message somewhere and read it. Just somewhere I can read the messages, and it will, there'll just be a simple list of things I'm hoping to add, and then there's feedback. I'm not quite sure what's best to name it in the sidebar. We are just adding a kind of summary or analysis, but this is a completely separate page. I guess it could go in the sidebar because I do want a lot of feedback, and I can give you these features I'm thinking of adding, or we can go ahead and get this page set up, then I'll tell you. That's pretty important. I do want feedback submitted. I'm not totally sure, either the roadmap and feedback, but I do quite like what's next, but I guess people won't necessarily click it and think to give feedback, but you could, I think what's next could work. Okay.
Claude Code, it's cheaper. So if you look at the benchmarks, for anyone maybe by day 2 or 3, tinkering around with right setup, open core, tell some useful tasks I can make it do. Check how you doing. Could build perfect photo registration. Multiple mob bots talking to each other would use a lot of tokens though. Hey, well, implement now. I'm sure. Now I don't see an done now. Can't run intro.
Right. Yeah, preferably I want to tackle every single error and thing you flagged, and then we need to update our documentation and routes for what we did, so we can understand for the next session. And I'll need a summary. It's not configured yet, but I guess resend would make the most sense. I can't think of any others which are easy to set up, but temporarily we could just have a link where they literally just send me an email, just temporarily. We could actually have both. So have the resend, set that up, but also have a box where they can send me an email to the email razzanft@gmail.com. So razzanft@gmail.com. Right. Okay. I think I've actually got a position to open. That's good enough. Right, I think I've got some positions to actually open as well. Yeah, a few popped up on my dashboard I actually have live. what is going on. Actually, I'm literally thinking of going in all of those two pools and some others mentioned anyway. Minus 90, minus 85, minus 85% bid ask. Okay. Is this what I wanted? I think so. Was it a terrible design? I think that does what I want it to though. Seven 1-0 loss. I haven't saved that many yet. Remove from list. I really want to just remove wallet as well. I actually need to log in with an account with active data as well. Let's do this. So some of the roadmap items I have in mind are, first of all, I mean, one of the big things would be individual position copy trading, where people can, we'll have a headline and we'll have a description, I guess, or features, and people can click on a position which is just open and click like one click on it and it will copy the position. But it'll copy the position when it was opened. It won't, like, if it's already been 10 minutes and the bins have moved in their position, it won't buy some of the token. It will just copy what they originally put in. So like a 70 bin spot position, just Solana sided or something, that kind of copy. Then moving on from that, we'll have copy trading, where people can either select a single wallet or an entire list and they'll just copy trade them. that, you know, that's like the end all be all goal. But other than that, I'm thinking what we'll have is actual wallet. You know, at the moment, to find a wallet, you have to click on search, look at the top pools, go onto LP Agent, go through the wallets, find ones that look good. We will have that all in-house on the platform. So what we will have is a tab where maybe it's auto-generated based on your current wallets, but we'll have the current trending pools and we'll look at them, and we'll either have to use API, the RPC, and the chain, which will obviously take a lot more time, I'm not totally sure, or we will just do it using Dune and SQL if we can write the queries, where we'll look at the top pools, we'll look at the top wallets that made the profit in them, but not just raw profit, but also ratio, like, you know, based on their deposit or based on their wallet value. Maybe they started with 5 and made 10 Solana on a certain pool. Obviously that is a lot better than someone else. And we'll also have this feature where we cross-reference through pools. So you'll be able to select a few pools through the day which you thought were good pools, like, you know, 3 pools from our top 10, and someone that was profitable in all of them, you know, we'll flag just those wallets. And then we'll be able to go even steps further, like doing particular styles of position. That will be huge if we're able to save this data, or, you know, obviously ambitious plan. But I think those 2 or 3 things, which, you know, would work extremely well together, especially with the new feature we just added with, you know, the ability to cull your wallets as well. I need to log out this account and go into my more main account. Actually, I'll do this. No screen. Performance for 11 live wallets. Last 24 hours. So it's counting open positions. Obviously terrible. Doesn't help me at all. Yeah, that's definitely the main issue. We don't care about open position. So it's working, I believe, but we do have one major issue which breaks the entire flow, and that is that we appear to be counting open positions as well. So for reference, we see this final P&L USD only on the position close event. Not all position close, is just I believe the main one. So we only want to count fully closed position by these wallets. Right, I need to go in the database. By all right, I see. And is that from? I go? Pretty bugged out. Plus $507. Right. Ugh. Now when is this gonna update? I think the function should have invoked by now. Right. What? That domain is taken. You. Could do that domain. Man, no idea why these are not updated. Should have. Why? So I have the ingest cron job running for the refresh PNL, and I thought it was all working fine. I can see it's just ran, but I'm wondering why I'm literally on the dashboard on a certain list and I click refresh and it doesn't seem to be working anymore, and it says plus basically the entire value of the deposit and then plus 0%. This copy and paste thing I showed just shows it, and I'm not quite sure why this is happening or what happened. I did update and have a report for some security we did, which has a report at docs/security audit 2026-0201, which might have caused something, but I'm not totally sure, or maybe it's just something regular. I've clicked refresh and it doesn't seem to have made a difference. I might as well check out this page. Email function works. I think that is all done. I do need to improve the design though, and I've forgotten what skills I have. We'll do that in a minute. I need to fix what's going on my dashboard first. I thought this only just suddenly started happening, not gonna lie. What do you mean? I swear this only just started happening. Literally, I want to say 20 minutes ago, it was all working fine, I want to say. And now it doesn't seem to be updating, but you seem to say it takes 30 to 60 minutes. Is this actually true? Or are you just making this up to justify it? If you went and used the context 7 MCP to check the documents again, would you actually find this to be true or not? The reason is, it messes up my dashboard data, the total P&L, also the pool level P&L, and it also messes up my reports page for the P&L of closed positions. I think. Okay. We'll fix this. What am I searching? Little data issue. Wallet address. Pool address. Transaction signature. So that was a profitable position with some fee claim, which didn't render correctly. see that it's all fine now. Right, I think I'm going to end this here.